Hi and welcome again to Excel's Master Course. In the previous session we talked about data types. In this session we will give you all informations that you need to know about data types not only in Excel. But before everything, if you want us to keep working, make sure you clicked on subscribe and notifications button, and if you liked the video give us like. As we said, we gonna talk first about date and time data types. Date and time are so important features for data analyst. Data analysis is the analytics of the historical data of the companies and organizations. There are different types of date like US date type and the normal date type. But for format phase, there are short date type and long date type. Let's talk about time data type. It's simple data type just like timer. Now let's explain something that penalty of junior data analysts that confuse them. I wanna you get easily the difference between the date data type and the time data type in something like the period of time. The period of time is not date data type. It's time data type. While the date of employee's day working is date data type. Period of time or difference between two dates or times is a famous example of time data type. While the date of specific day is considered as date data type. For now let's jump to Excel to apply what we have learned and also learn new things. First, short date data type. Short date data type is used for the normal date. First let's enter the date of the 3rd of April 2023 to this cell. The normal date type that Excel recommend to it is date. Also like short date. Then let's explore the long date data type. It's more formal. Let's type in this cell the date of the 7th of August 2022. The normal data type the Excel recommended to this cell is date. But we want the long date data type. Look, it is more formal than the others. Now let's talk about time data type. As we said, it used to define a period of time. Let's type in this cell the period of 22 hours. The normal data type the Excel recommended to this cell is date. Now for this cell let's try the period of 22 minutes. Also the same. Now let's talk about data types mistakes. For this date, if you select the data type to be a number, look, it gives you a value of 43,170, which is wrong. And if you select time, it also will be wrong. So make sure when you work you choose the correct data type. Now let's talk about other data types not used in Excel only. Let's talk about Boolean data type. Boolean data type is a logical data type. That could be true or false. Or yes or no. For example, if you have data about employees' attendance, there is colon about employees' attendance. It has values of true if the employee was presented in this day, and false if not. We talked earlier about quantitative data. But for Excel phase, let's talk about it in general. There are quantitative data types like short integer, which be summarized like this, and long integer, which be summarized like this, and also float, which allows you to input fractions and float numbers. Short integer and long are just for control the number of numbers that you input. In Excel, some things like these are not matter. But it matters in some things like SQL, R, and Python. Now let's talk about qualitative. In some software and programming languages like SQL, there are qualitative data types like nvarchar 50 and nvarchar 100, which controls the number of characters that you input in the cell. In something like Python, it called string, which is be summarized like this. In something like R, it called character,